little bit online. I've occasionally encountered opponents who've played both game one, but most of the time someone's choosing one or the other.
Right, and then on the other side, obviously we saw Eric before playing his Esper, or I guess truly a blue-white deck, you know, with just a couple temples.
So we come to this match here, Nolen with Pack Rat in play, Eric with Elspeth. Nolen again up a game, going to duress him post-combat. See Sphinx's Revelation, 2 lands, and Detention Sphere.
You got to take the Sphinx's Revelation, even though it sucks to lose your Pack Rats, right?
Yes. I mean, with the pacing of this.
Oh, wow, that's the I'm not scared. So Erebos comes down, meaning the Sphinx's Revelation, at least it won't gain him any life.
Okay, it's an aggressive line.
I like it, that's gangster.
It's unclear to me how aggressive you can afford to be in the face of this Elspeth.
Erebos is waking up next turn, which is kind of interesting. If he wants it to.
Eric has drawn a Azorius Charm, which could blow this whole thing up potentially.
Yeah, it's definitely a tense battle here. This is, I mean, Lauren's got a lot of action. Plus those great merchants are starting to get kind of big.
Of course, Detention Sphere is very good against Erebos as well, so maybe
Definitely.
Lauren's happy to say, I get my card drawer and you get yours.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, he's got a ton of life to work with, and even though that Elspeth's putting pressure on him, he's got plenty of room, plus a great merchant to refill.
So Lauren's going to go ahead here and draw a card.
Oh, that's what he was looking for.
Hero's Downfall. Quite the draw here. We shall see how Lord wants to proceed. Goes after Elspeth with his 2 Pack Rat tokens.
He's trying to draw out 2 of the tokens, get him to chump, which it looks like he will be successful.
Well, Eric may want to try to push on a bigger block here. It's hard to do in the face of these Mutavaults, but he may want to try to gang up on 1 rat.
Definitely.
Eric's
I just think it'd be the most gangster move if Eric's just like, okay, I'll block 1 and take the 1 hit.
Yeah.
You got to be real confident to make that your line.
Eric gonna go with the simplest path here and simply double chump each rat. And Lauren says go.
Yeah, I think his plan is just to downfall the Elspeth after the Sphinx's Revelation, or after he finds out if Eric is going to Sphinx's Revelation or not.
There's the Azorius Charm. So Lauren knows that that was Eric's draw step last turn.
Yep.
This may be enough to induce that Hero's Downfall.
It is, because he knows at this point the Sphinx's Revelation is a done deal for this turn.
So Eric draws and draws again. A big Revelation's coming, but again, keep in mind, no life gain to be had with that Erebos in play.
Yeah. The upside, of course, he's got plenty of life anyway, but what he needs to do is find another Detention Sphere or a Supreme Verdict to try to slow down this rat infestation.
Yeah, Lauren may be trying to set up a turn here that's so big that Eric can't really afford to just draw some cards with Revelation. I mean, he could be looking at a lot of damage this turn. So Lauren draws at the end of the turn, untaps and draws again. And we may see something here like a pre-combat Gray Merchant.
Yeah, because I mean, if you make the rat first, if you make 1 rat and then a Gray Merchant, I mean, that's a pretty big drain. And Erebos actually gets in there.
It's a ton of damage.
Yeah, we're talking Trinity Force levels of damage.
Yeah. Lauren's going to start things off. Attempt to resolve the Gray Merchant. It does. That's a drain for 5 damage.
He does not elect to make another Pack Rat, though. No need.
Well, he may be better served animating his Mutavaults and dealing more damage that way. It's going to animate one Mutavault. That pumps the rat up to 3.
And he does want to just keep the rat in his hand in case things go south.
And leave up mana to draw cards with Erebos too. Here's the
Sure.
Rev for 5 at the end of the turn. Again, no life gain. So Eric's got to find a lot of answers here. Keep in mind, Lauren also with a lot of Mutabolts in play as well.
Yeah, I mean, the problem here is that even if Eric can deal with these rats, Erebos is on a completely different metric, and the Mutavolts are another dimension to the attack. And as long as Erebos is sitting in play, Eric has very little hope of having much breathing room, much time to solve lots of hard problems.
And any type of sequence that Eric tries to set up also can get blown up by discard spells. So there's a lot going on right now.
And he does put a Sphinx's Revelation on the bottom, showing you the power of Erebos, God of the Dead.
Eric does not have time for that right now. Just going to pass the turn back. Lauren activates Erebos at the end of the turn, untaps. He'll take a draw. It's Nightveil Spectre. He's going to draw another card. He draws Duress. And he's going to lead.
Duress.
He's going to lead with it.
Eric will likely dissolve this.
Yeah, he's either got something in his hand he's trying to protect, and he needs to dissolve it, or he has nothing to stop the attack, and he needs to dissolve it to prevent Lauren from seeing the hand.
We might be looking at some combination of Azorius Charms and Celestial Flares out of Eric Rill. He has Chump Block with Mutavault as a possible option as well.
What Lauren has to think about right now is just as low as it is, whatever percent chance that Quicken Supreme Verdict is left over in Eric's hand.
Right.
I think that's probably what's going on in his mind right now.
Yep. Certainly most people don't play Quicken, and Eric doesn't either, but you can never be sure. Enough people are out there doing it that you got to factor in.
Yeah. For example, if Lauren, the obvious play here is for Lauren to just go animate all my Mutabolts, attack you. But if Quicken Supreme Verdict is there, that's a big risk.
But he decides to do it. And
here comes an attack. It's for
about 400.
Well over lethal. Yeah, the pack rats are each 5/5s because of the Mutavault, so 5, 10, 16, 21, 23 coming across. It's a lot. The short version is it's a lot of damage.
Yeah, the main thing, he needs at least 3 answers. He doesn't have it, and that is the match. Lauren Nolen wins 2-0 versus Eric Rill.
The card advantage route, really critical for being the control decks. Underworld Connections, Erebos, something along those lines.
Yeah, I mean, having all those discard spells combined with all the necroing of Erebos, God of the Dead, a very powerful game plan against control.
So Lauren